There's an old saying of no pain, no gain. Well, we're about to die. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that again. There's an old saying of no pain, no gain, and that's never been more true than what we're gonna look at today, because this is my Sad Nexus Prime. It is a KO of a couple of things. It's an unholy amalgamation of trash. And Sad Nexus Prime is going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, your most humble host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, man. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors, NL, the Autobot family, and have a look for me everywhere across social media. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to... That's right, man. Hit that notification bell because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. And this is what I like to call Sad Nexus Prime. 3 of the 4, or 5 members, sorry, are from the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. They're all trash. The other 2 are apparently from like Dark of the Moon characters. I'm not even I think they're wreckers. I don't know. The colors are awful. The plastic feels terrible. The conversion is just hot trash. And normally with something like this, I would take a look at it in one of those like odds and ends videos. But there's 5 of these and they combine. No, as awful as this is, it deserved its own review. So without any further ado, let's head over to the table and take a closer look at the entire set. And this 5-member steaming pile of horse turds is going to be what I have affectionately come to call Sad Nexus Prime. It's not good. It's not good. Nothing about this is good, but we're going to save scores until the end. We're going to start off by taking a look at one of the 5 pieces of packaging first to give us the setup for what we're about to get into here. And I completely blame good friend of the channel, Maximal 10, for the entire Super Rescue, Super Transformation team. Now this is by, the great makers of Montoy that have bought us such crap KOs as well, everything that you found in a dollar store. Although, to be fair, their Beast Wars 2 and Beast Wars Neo offerings are, like, acceptable. Like, they're not good, but, like, they're acceptable. And this is the packaging for this. Now, this was actually part of a Christmas gift. And when I got it, I realized, by looking at the back, that there's actually 5 of them. And then I found out that they combined, and I was like, I have to get this glorious mess. This whole glorious mess cost me $7.50 Canadian. And trust me, folks, you get what you pay for. So, let's jump into the limb box first and start with the arms. And this little crap fest begins with a KO that's been downsized. These guys are about legend size, like Power of the Primes, Beachcomber, and Combiner Wars Huffer, and Road Trap, like... I don't know, like, it's Legends. What do you want? It's Legends. This, of course, is based on the deluxe class, Fall of Cybertron Vortex. This is definitely not Vortex, I'm going to call it Vortex. And do his rotors spin freely? 1 does not. 2 does not really. Although, I don't know, not really. They're not good. It's not good. There's a color variation here where the white and red is reversed. It's still not good though. Like, it's still garbage. This is bad. So bad. To do the transformation, we flip down the legs and we split them, and then we separate the arms and bring them out to the side, and we just orient them because they don't unfurl like the actual one does to like give you a full arm. They're just like half an arm, and then this flips back, and we can stand him up, and you can see him in all of his glory. Just to be fair, this gloopy face is absolutely hideous, and if I had to see it, so did you. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey GotBot, why didn't you turn around his lower body? Because with Vortex you turn around his lower body. Because you can't. You can't turn it around. Yes, there's two pieces connected here by a screw back here. But the way the molding and stuff is done, you can't. This doesn't turn. You can't turn it. You'll break it, and this plastic already doesn't feel very good. So his feet are backwards. His arms cannot furl. He is hot garbage. To do the limb mode, you bring up the helicopter piece and you sort of fold the arms back like they are for the helicopter, and there's a connector peg, like there's a connector peg right there, and you just put the legs. Oh, this feels so bad. You put the legs together and like this. This is your arm. No, you can't turn the waist to have a sensible elbow bend. It's gonna. This is it. This is it. It also can't be a leg because of the way this connection is. Okay, that's one glorious limb. How about we look at the other arm? And the other arm is, in fact, the KO of Fall of Cybertron again. This time it's Brawl. Because he's so awful, I'm just going to call him Jan. So far we have Vortex and Jan. These guys are just awful. Now, in his tank mode, I guess he's okay. This can move around. It did pop off there. That's the only hole it goes in. His hands up here do have little holes in them, but they're too small. Like, he can't hold this as a blaster. It has to stay on his back. His combiner port thing is back here, and this is him as an arm mode. You just stand the tank up. No elbow, no nothing. No, absolutely nothing. No, nothing. So, what about the transformation for this ugly little thing? I would turn this around. Now, yes, you can take it off. You know what? Let's take it off. Let's take it off. I'll explain why I turn it around in a few moments. We come here and we bring a leg down and we bring a leg down. I guess we get the combiner peg and stuff out of the way. We turn him at the knees because he has ball pegs, so he actually has knees. And then on the ball pegs here for the arms, you bring that down and you bring that arm down. And now, again, we'll be able to stand him up. I'm just going to reorient things so you can see him stood up for what it's worth. And here's his hideous robot mode. It's not good. If you put the cannon on his back, because that's the only place it can go, and you have it facing up like this, he becomes too back heavy to stand. So if you put it on his back, you're going to have to face it down to give him a third stabilizing leg. That's why I turned it around. In terms of articulation here, the arms can go all the way around and out to the side. The legs can go out to the side. Okay. There's a knee, actually, a deep knee. There's a bit of a swivel because of the ball joint, like the legs. By the way, the legs can kick forward and they kick back. The legs are okay. The arms are not great. This is articulation very similar to like a siege. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, not being able to flip out his toes does not help his ability to stand. The articulation is maybe about the same as you would get with a Siege Micromaster. Like, this is pretty awful. Here, let's take this. It goes back here. Like that, right? There's the third leg that I was talking about. It does help him to stand, but this is not good. And the next member of the team, shockingly, is not a member of the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. This time around we have a KO of a Dark of the Moon Roadbuster, and there's a piece up here that's missing. It's been turned into a combiner port now. I'm gonna call this road busted because it's awful, and you'll see why I say busted in a moment. Okay, so he comes with this thing. Again, it just fits in the back. That's the only place that it fits. In terms of doing the conversion, you can pick off those two arms and bring them up. I guess you can turn them around. Okay, you can turn that around. You can flip the whole front section back, and then you flip down the legs and you stand them up like this. It's awful. I'm gonna I'm gonna try and get this guy to stand up better, and I'll move back a little bit and I'll show you why I call him busted. Okay, so a couple of things to note here with Roadbuster. First, this is as good as he can stand up by himself. Yes, he's bent over. So if I stand him up, you'll notice that this doesn't really like to stay up that well. This guy has a tendency to do this. He loves, this is his favorite thing to do, is to fall apart like this. There's a couple of pegs here. There's a couple of ports back here. Such hot garbage. Such hot garbage. He's so bad. He is so terrible. Even his nan doesn't like him. Doesn't want him to come and visit for the holidays because he's so terrible. He's awful. Awful. That's him and Robot. In terms of him being a leg, well, you flip this doodad back up over his head and you bring these back down and in, and you flip the legs back up and you put the legs together and you bring them back down and you bring all of that in, and like that's it, because the combiner peg is up right there. I guess you could take this and put it back on there. I mean, it's the car just as a leg. It's not good. Not good. That leaves one last limb, the other leg. And the last one is a KO of Leadfoot. Yes, another wrecker from Dark of the Moon, whose nose is now a combiner peg, so you can stand up like that. There's the leg mode. I'm going to call this guy Butt Rot because he almost gives me a case of diarrhea. He's so bad. They're all so bad. So this guy is Butt Rot. Terrible. Take this garbage blaster off of him. Such garbage. The conversion, I don't even know how this goes. I think I'm supposed to pull this down from inside. Yeah, you pull it down from inside the wheel. He's a solid car mode. That's one of the positive things about this guy. I mean, if there's something positive to say about him, that comes down over and gives him his like bear gut. So there you go. Little tiny thighs too, by the way. Can he even stand up? Like, I don't even know if this guy can stand up. I don't think so. Let me try and get him to stand up and then we'll go on. So this seems to be the only way that I can get him to stand up. Again, he can't hold his blaster. His arms, they go all the way around for what good that gives you. Not much out to the side. I think he's on his knees. Like, I think this is supposed to be stood up, but there's a wheel there so he can't stand up. So I think he stood up on his knees. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. But that leaves us with one. The main one. The leader of the group, the Torso. And it's like they look to say, hey, what is the most trash crap torso that we could have and how can we make it worse? And they came up with Fall of Cybertron Onslaught, who I'm going to call Gross Snot, because that's exactly what this is like, a gross snot. It's terrible. First, these two arms, they need to just stay up. This isn't even attached. That's his blaster. It can't attach. These arms can't fold in over the vehicle mode like they're supposed to because they're just on a hinge. There's no swivel there. Even in robot mode, the best he has is gorilla elbows, but I guess that's better than most of them who have no elbows. The rear end is actually locked into the pelvis. The Bruticus head is just right there. That's it. Just there's nothing locking. It's just there. And there's nothing locking the front tires, so it rolls though. Like I guess that's to its credit. I don't know. To do the transformation, we untab that. We fold down just like we do with Onslaught. We fold that down. fold it up over, like there's his feet, right? The arms, they will, it's so bad. There, we stand that up, we bring that up, like that. This is such garbage. So bad. Okay, and like that's the robot mode. It stands, I guess. Let me just reposition things slightly. No, I think that was probably out of focus, but like, does it make a difference? Because in focus, it's no better. It's not good. It's no better in focus. He's still, like, this goes, I guess, all the way around. No, it doesn't even go all the way around. Yes, it does. It goes all the way around that way. This bends it over. No waist, no knee, no nothing but offensiveness. To do the torso mode, you turn it around, you bring up the other head. Now, here's the thing, this won't stay up unless you kind of rotate these so that you can put the hands in behind the head. Like that's where we're to with this, folks. That is where we're to with this. It needs to kind of go in behind like that. We still fold this up and fold this up. That blaster piece, because we have to put the hands here to kind of staying behind the head, like that blaster piece is not going to go there behind the torso. But this is what we have for a torso. Here's that torso with, you know, legs. They can barely kick forward, you know, like barely kick forward. They can kick back barely. There's no knee. Can go way out to the side, but like there's nothing to hold it there in the least. Barely stands. So bad. So bad, I guess we'll put arms on the guy. Why not? And here he finally is in all of his sad glory. It's not good. The arms, I guess technically they can go all the way around and out. This one in particular likes to fall off. There's no elbow. The blaster that's supposed to go with Onslaught, like it can go pegged in over there in the hand of Vortex. I don't know. I don't know. It's barely functional. Like if Nexus Prime was the first combiner and one of the original 13, then Sad Nexus Prime is definitely like the worst combiner. You know, is this worth $7.50? No. Go buy yourself like a chicken sandwich or something, man. You'll be way happier than you would with this. It is definitely Sad Nexus Prime. In terms of being a failure and garbage, it's a 10 trillion. It's the best at being garbage. But for actual grades, for paint apps and colors, I don't know. Like the yellow is paint, so is the blue. One, because they used paint. Like it's not applied well. Did you see that globby face of Vortex? Like it's not applied well. It's not done well or with any care or rhyme or reason. But like they did use paint, you know. So one. In terms of transformation, every single transformation here is compromised from the original mold with hinges taken out. The plastic feels almost like it's going to disintegrate in your hands. I don't know. But parts do move. 3, maybe a 3. Right now this guy is a 2. In articulation, well, it does combine. And the individual bots, like, they do have hips that move and ball joints for arms to go around. Maybe one of them got, or two of them got knees. There might be elbows on one of them, even if it is gorilla elbows. Again, maybe a 3. Overall, this guy, this whole set is like a 2.75, and that's like being super duper generous. It's a thing in the world that exists, but that's not to say that it's a good thing that should exist. And here we are once again, and this is the most hot garbage I've ever seen. For a complete fail, like I said, 10 trillion, man, it is the best failure I've ever seen because it's the best at failing at everything. It's at like my life is shorter for having this. There are good KO companies, and then there's this. It's so... I blame Maximal 10 for me diving down this rabbit hole. It's one of those that, like, it's fun to review, but it's almost offensive how bad it is. I know, it's going to stand as my Nexus Prime for now. Until we get something better. Please, please give us something better, because this is so not good. So not good. And that's the best that I could say about it. Anyway, let me know what you think of this hot, steaming pile of trash. You know, let me know what you think of it. You know, I'd love to hear from you guys. As always, thanks for dropping by, giving me some of your very valuable time. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there is a donate link down in the description. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Most especially, don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every day, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, man, right here inside the videos.